We are live with another episode of Comic Talk. It's that show brought to you by The Keeg where we talk about this week's new comic book releases. For those of you who don't know, new comic books come out every Wednesday, and we are here live on YouTube, or maybe you're listening to Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We are live here around 24 hours after New Comic Book Day to talk about all the comics that we could read in 24 hours that came out this week. I'm your host, Dimithri Perera, and once again, if you're watching us live, you're watching us on youtube.com/The Keeg Show, or listening to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., etc. But we are here to talk about the new comics that came out this week, whether they're DC, whether they're Marvel, whether they're Image Comics or Oni Press or IDW Publishing or any of the other indie comics out there. We're here to talk about everything that we could read. And luckily for me, it's not just me talking about the comics that I read this week. I'm joined by two awesome guests who have been on the show. And if you're watching us live, you can see who they are. And if you're not watching us live, you probably don't know who they are. Let me introduce them. We got Ethan, aka Virgo Blade. Ethan, welcome back, man.
Hey, happy to be here.
Happy to have you. Good week for comics, okay week for comics, or not so great?
It was a magical week for comics, actually. This was one of maybe the strongest weeks, I think, of the year. I said magical because of Doctor Strange and Wiccan, but it was actually very good.
Okay, all right. I'm glad you had a good week, especially for us. Like, when we're doing the show, we're hoping it's a good week so we can talk about it, you know?
Yeah,
so,
makes it much easier.
there have been rough weeks out there, but I'm glad that you guys are here. And you guys, being Aaron, aka King Krakoa, second guest on the show. What's up, Aaron?
What's going on, my guys? How are you doing?
You got a little reverb on your audio, which sounds cool if it's like an artistic flair. You know,
it's an artistic choice, obviously.
Yeah. It's like echoing a little bit. So I don't know what's going on. But Aaron, was it a good week, bad week, okay week for comics for you? How'd you feel? Scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give you more than 3 choices that I gave Ethan.
I give a good 7.
Okay, 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
okay.
It was a good week for me.
Okay. It does sound like you're underwater. And
got
Aquaman didn't come out this
1
week.
minute.
So I don't know the artistic direction if Aquaman isn't involved. But while Aaron gets that figured out, Ethan, I mean, we might as well jump to it. What is your reading list for this week?
All right, let's get into it. This week was DC KO Knightfight issue number 2, Batman issue number 4, Absolute Green Lantern issue number 9, DC KO Superman versus Captain Atom, Batgirl issue number 14, Wiccan, Witch's Road issue number 1, Fantastic Four issue number 6, Doctor Strange issue number 1, Miles Morales issue number 41.
Awesome.
Yep.
All right.
So very good week.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got to add in that Batgirl image for anyone watching us live. You can see all the covers.
Yeah, so I was able to fit that in as like a buzzer beater. Like I just like read it like right before this podcast. So I forgot to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, people out there, look, I mean, people are lucky to even like get to their comic shop to read any comics. And we're here reading a lot. So, you know, regardless of the amount or being able to squeeze one in, like, I'm grateful that you're able to do that.
Yeah, it's basically like a game. Like how many comics can you fit into your life within 24 hours to do this podcast?
Do you aim high and then whittle it down, or do you aim low and like try to grow it?
Good question.
I aim high because I'm an overachiever and I care about things that are not important. So I'll have like challenges for myself of like, okay, 6 comics in one day, find the time, figure it out, wake up in the morning, do 3 more, like that type of thing. My brain's just kind of, a little off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the same way. I try to do what I can. And every week, if I have a good week where I'm reading a lot, I'm like, oh man, I'm going to get through and then I'm going to squeeze in even more.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I get through what I'm really excited about, I'm like, maybe my time's better spent in this like 24-hour gap. Maybe I'll just go to sleep a little early. I don't know. I rarely do.
That's why I read the ones that I don't care for the most so that I'm excited to read the ones that come later. That's my trick.
Oh, I can't do that.
Have to have willpower, Green Lantern.
I normally do. There's a saying like, if you have to eat a toad, eat it in the morning. And so like do the shitty thing first. Not that any of these comics are shitty, but like I get your idea of like saving what you're excited for later. For me, I'm like, no, I'm gonna eat the cheesecake first, and then do I have to eat the toad? Maybe I'll push that off and procrastinate. So all right, cool. So that was a good list from Ethan. Aaron, you back?
Yeah, am I good?
It's similar. If you go a little bit louder, if you can set your setting a little bit louder, maybe on Zoom there might be a little volume setting. If you can set that a little bit louder, then the reverb isn't too bad. We deal with it. Not a problem. But I'll go through my reading list if you want.
Is that better?
Wait, what is that?
Is that better?
There's no reverb, but I'm trying to check the volume.
Okay, can you hear me? Is that good?
I think we could deal with it. Yeah, and then I can turn it up on the podcast. But yeah,
I got you. So my list is not that big this week, and I'm very disappointed in myself, guys.
It's okay.
So this is my list. I got Absolute Green Lantern number 9. What was it? The recent one that came out, number 9. Absolute Wonder Woman.
I saw that on your list. Absolute Wonder Woman came out last week.
Was that last week that I just read? Then I read that for nothing, but I didn't read it for nothing. It was
not
amazing.
For nothing, but yeah.
It was amazing. There was a reason. But I got Laura Kinney, Sabretooth number 3, Doctor Strange number 1, Binary number 3. Where am I? And Amazing X-Men number 3.
Okay, good. I know you had like a bunch of other comics.
I did.
You didn't get to it though?
I did. There were a bunch that I half read, and then I just didn't get to get into it. It was so my life was so hectic today.
That's fair.
It happens.
That's fair. Then basically, shout out to the ones that you didn't get to, because there were some indie books there on your list.
There were.
And
I'm very
shout
upset.
out. What's that?
I'm very upset I didn't get to read them.
It is what it is. We're already getting critical complaints that we don't cover independent comics as much. No, I'm just joking. We do what we can. It's whatever we want to do.
Right.
You were going to read Rick and Morty, The End, issue number 1
Yes.
from Oni Press, Thundercats Lost number 9 from Dynamite, and Star Trek Red Shirts 4 from IDW Publishing. So we won't be talking about that today, but shout out to those books.
Right. I read a little bit of the Red Shirts. It was good. It was good for the price I read those. For my Star Trek fans, you're gonna like it. Read it.
Okay. All right. My list for this week was DC KO Superman vs. Captain Atom, DC KO Knightfight number 2, Miles Morales Spider-Man number 41, Ultimate Universe 2 Years In, number 1, but it really is just a one-shot. Amazing X-Men number 3, Batman number 4, Fantastic Four number 6, Birds of Prey 28, Cheetah and Cheshire Rob the Justice League 4, and just JSA issue 14.
Good list.
Yeah.
Okay. Respectable. Okay.
Yeah. I'm surprised because there's some on my list that I thought you guys would want to read. But do you guys feel like, is there a series that you guys want to hop on, but you're too far behind that you're trying to catch that train?
Well, for example, GSA, I stopped picking it up monthly with this latest arc because of the year 1. How do I put this? I don't want to read old GSA stories. I want Joachim Thunder. I want Khalid Nassour, Dr. Fate. I want color. And yes, Amazing Man is in there. I love the GSA. I love Alan Scott. I love Jay Garrick. Ted Grant, love those guys, but they have so many
All that.
stories. But it's like I feel like I didn't get enough. Like I want to see Khaled and Jakim's friendship. I want to see them hanging out. So I just felt like I'm gonna wait and then like read it on DC Universe Infinite just because I didn't love the,
The Ragnarok
previous
stuff.
right. Like I liked it as a JSA fan, but once again, I don't think that I would have been into it if I was new to it. I already loved these characters, so it was easy to hop on. So that's how I felt about those. And then with the Amazing X-Men and like really the new X-Men stuff, I'm also kind of bitter because I'm not really into the Age of Revelation stuff. It feels like a cash grab, and I just want the typical X-Men stories to continue. So once again, once these stories are over, I'll go back and read it. But I just felt like if I'm not feeling it, I don't want to force myself to read it.
I have thoughts about Age of Revelation. Not that I mean, we'll get to our picks of the week, but my quick thought is that like I'm not really interested in it. I don't see it as a cash grab. I see it more of a lack of direction. That they're like, well, we don't know what we're doing with the comics right now, so like, how about we just take a break, take a breather, do this homage to Age of Apocalypse because it's like, I think it's 30-year anniversary this year or something like that. I don't know, maybe, or 25-year or 35. Anyway, the point being is they're like, let's just like do a little side quest and then like figure out what this next direction is. That's what I think.
Yeah, I feel like whenever there's a random event that's like thrown into a story that doesn't feel organic, it feels like a cash grab. I'm not saying that the other things aren't a part of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, whenever there's new number ones, you're looking for more money. So inherently, it's about cash. And that's not to say that it also can't be like in representative of how many years since Age of Apocalypse. But if it had been built up more organically, I would have commended them for that.
I
But it
agree with
just
that.
feels like out of left field.
Yeah. You guys, are you guys interested, just real quick before we go over picks of the week, just because I looked it up, you guys want to know what the top like 10 best-selling comics by units were last month for November?
Yes.
What?
Well, number one, and this is by units, not by number, as far as I can tell. This is by units. This is on icv2.com. That's our source here. Batman Deadpool was number one. Batman number 3 was number 2. These are all Batman titles. Batman number 3 was number 2. Absolute Batman number 14 was number 3. DCKO Knightfight number 1 was 4. This numbers get confusing. DCKO number 2. Batman 162, which is Batman Hush 2. That one. Absolute Superman 13. Absolute Batman Annual. Then Amazing Spider-Man 15. Then Absolute Wonder Woman 14.
Then Absolute Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hold it down.
I mean, and then after that, it's Transformers, One World Under Doom, Fantastic Four, Absolute Green Lantern, Ultimate Wolverine, Absolute Flash, the other Amazing Spider-Man, Alien vs. Captain America 1, G.I. Joe, and Captain America. So Marvel is dominating, for the most part, 10 to 20. DC is dominating 1 to 10.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And that's why I have been saying like DC has been killing the game. And this is why. Like throughout like both the main line as well as the Absolute Universe, they're just crushing it.
It is a good time. Anyone out there who's watching, let us know in the chat. Hop in the chat, say hi. Let us know what you guys are reading, what you guys are interested in. There's also nominations for Best Comics of 2025. For anyone out there who wants to turn in your nominations, we're doing a round of nominations, and then we'll do a round of voting, and then December 28th we're doing a Best Comics of 2025 episode, and we'll reveal the winners for this year. A lot of good comics this year, you know. All right, so we talked about that. What are you guys' picks of the week?
I'll let you go first.
I'm going to let you guys go first. I kind of always stand back because I'm like, look, I like a lot of stuff. I'll just pick a third thing if you guys take
Right.
my
Okay.
picks. You
I'll
know?
go.
Who
So
wants
to
to go
my
first?
surprise,
Okay, yeah.
I'll go. To my surprise, it is Wiccan Witch's Road, number 1.
Interesting. Okay.
Very interesting because I didn't see it coming. I mean, with Batman issue number 4 and DCKO Knightfight issue number 2, I thought that those were going to be like surefire. But after reading Wiccan, I'm like, this is the one. This is it. Wiccan and Hulkling, I love them. I didn't realize how much I needed them until I read it together. Them calling each other honey and baby is filling in a hole in my heart. This black vortex.
Yeah.
But the story is actually like, first of all, I love magic. And even though Wiccan doesn't have his magic right now, he still has a dope sword. But he's taking care.
Wait, he doesn't have magic right now?
Right now, no, in this particular story, and he's trying to find out why.
Okay.
But
Okay.
they crash land and in this random like forest, and Billy has to take care of Hulkling, and I just love how it just feels like this deep love where they would fight for each other no matter how the other one is feeling and protect each other. And so like Wiccan is dragging big old Hulkling. He like built this kind of sled bed and he's dragging it through the forest and he's like doing everything he can to keep him alive. And there's like this prophecy and they come to this strange village and it just has so many magical like story elements that has me engaged. But really it's the relationship between Billy and Teddy that really is grabbing me. But yeah, it was just great art, great story, and I just love their relationship.
Is it similar to Agatha All Along in that sense? Like, I can see that they're doing like an MCU Marvel Comics synergy sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully, like they're not going out of their way to try to like merge it. Like it's not like he hooks up with Agatha and they go down into the basement and it's the Witch's Road. Like there's a road, but it's not done in the same way. Like he's told to travel to this witch's house in order to help him on his journey, but it's very much within the context of this story. They're not forcing the connection between the comics and the MCU, which I feel like is preferable. I didn't know which way it was going to go, but thankfully it's story driven based on this story, not trying to force something to happen because I feel like you end up losing more by trying to force it when we don't even know. I mean, we do know when Billy is going to come back in the MCU, but in general, the MCU is a very fickle place. So them trying to like make things happen between these universes, like yes, do it to like grab people in, but then make the story good to stand on its own, and that's what this is doing.
I like that. I like it vice versa too. Is when they take a comic book thing and then they're adapting it. So I feel like adaptation works both ways.
Yeah, it's a case by case basis. I feel like if it works for the story, then go ahead and do it. If you feel like you are derailing the comic story in order to force it to fit into the MCU and it's not natural, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Aaron, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I agree. Like, this was one of those few things where I feel like the MCU story could have worked, but I like that they stood on their own and like made it their own kind of story. This is one of those that I very much wanted to read because I love Wiccan, but like I don't always care for the Hulkling and Wiccan relationship. So like I like that we get to like I like that you said like you get a chance to like really like see them like actually be a couple, not just be like the gay forever couple in the background, just like always just like here to solve a problem and then just go back to their hut and watch Golden Girls once it's done. Like I wanted more for them than just this, and now I'm excited to read it.
Yeah, it definitely allows them to like feel like real people and have a real relationship, and you can feel how much they care for each other. They're so affectionate with each other, and it's like they try to protect the other person, but they're going to do whatever they can to help them. Like even if like Hulkling is hurt, he's going to force himself up and help him and then pass out again. And I just love that type of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Aaron.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't read Wiccan Witch's Road, but like I want to jump in on it. But
Mhm.
I'll be honest, I like Wiccan and Hulkling when they're hanging out with the Young Avengers. So
Yes. Yes.
I want
That's
more
when
of
they
that.
work for me. Yes.
Right?
I
I
miss the
think
Young Avengers.
Yeah.
give it a try, see how you feel, because I want more books like this, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, we
Okay.
definitely do need more books like this.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
They,
and not only just like a couple books, but like actually like fun stories, like actual like
yeah.
good storyline.
Yeah, exactly. Like these are the kinds of stories that feel like need a space always. It not just for like, oh, DC Pride, and then I don't see them for
Right.
another 12 months, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. Aaron, if I go over my pick of the week, can you see if your mic could maybe
I got you.
Is it cool?
I got you.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. My pick of the week, and I don't think Aaron read this one, so I don't think I'm stealing it. I think my pick of the week is going to be Cheetah and Cheshire rob the Justice League #4. Was it not? Was it gonna be your pick?
No, it definitely wasn't. This is one of those books that I like. I feel like it's too late for me to read. I was gonna read it, then I'm like, it's too late. All right.
You gotta jump in. But I'll talk about this if you can see if you could fix your mic a little bit. But Cheetah and Cheshire rob the Justice League #4. Obviously, the premise of the whole miniseries is that Cheetah and Cheshire are putting together like a supervillain heist team in order to get to the Justice League Watchtower and take what's called the Power Bank, which is like a hard drive full of superpowers that you can essentially take and give powers from. And that's the heist. The problem is Cheetah and Cheshire, they want to put together a heist team, but not with like megalomaniacs. They're not going to ask the Joker to be on the team. They're not going to ask Gorilla Grodd because they know better, because they mention it that the big guns are going to try to steal it and like screw them over, right? Like they're there for a heist. They're not even there to kill randos. They're there to steal their thing and leave. And they put together a pretty good team. Some of people we know, like Clarion the Witch Boy, and some that we don't know. They introduced a cousin for Damien, because it's Nissa Al Ghul's daughter in it. Like they, kind of did that. What I like most about this, and this is written by Greg Rucka, and it's with art. I forget the artist. I forget the artist, but the art is amazing. The writing's amazing, and it shows, even though that like the characters are doing like a supervillain thing, they're like kind of casual about it. So there's a lot of like casual chats and them just hanging out and eating like Chinese takeout, like from the little carton, and like they're just hanging out, and it's about like the characters and their relationships while they're pulling off the heist. So this issue, they finally get to the Watchtower. You see their heist play out, and it's not the final issue. So no spoilers there, but something happens at the end of this that is a little wrinkle in their plan.
Yeah, I mean, Greg Rucka is really good at making characters sound real. He's one of the best writers. Like, I love his Batwoman run, his Wonder Woman run. I read 2 issues of it, and I just need to catch up. So this is one of the comics that you had mentioned earlier, that I need to like catch up on. But it's something that I did enjoy. I just have to get back to it.
Yeah. This is like, if you're a fan of Birds of Prey, this is like the Mean Girls Birds of Prey, right? This is that, but it's also
Fetch.
What's that?
It's also Fetch.
Yeah.
I'll try to make Fetch happen.
It's also kind of in the similar vein of like Secret Six. So if anyone was a fan of Secret Six, or like,
I love Secret Six.
It's it's very, very similar in that vibe. It's very personal, I think. And so I don't know. I can't stop talking about the thing. So it is really good. That's my pick of the week.
Yeah, definitely want to catch up on it.
What's up, Aaron?
How do I sound?
Better. let's stick with this.
I'm talking monotone right now, but yes, I hope this is good.
Yeah, just talk loud, and I think we're good. Don't wake up your neighbors.
I can do it.
There we go.
No
Yell at the
promises,
top
but
of your lungs.
I don't give a shit about them. What is that?
Kick the walls.
Right? What are we doing? Oh God.
So, what's your pick of the week?
So, oh fuck, I forgot that I had to do a pick of the week,
After
and
all of this,
I know, right? And especially after it was going to be Wonder Woman. So I think it's gonna be absolute Green Lantern. Yeah, like I did like this episode, the issue of Amazing X-Men this week because it's finally starting to like have more of a like resolution with them, like with their like story with Cyclops and Hank. But yeah, like I can agree with you guys when you guys said about like there's no direction. Like you guys literally just did it. Like I feel like this isn't a pointed thing. Like it's not something that like led up to this. It's just something that you're like, let's just find an event for the X-Men to do real quick while we're waiting for the real thing. And like I do feel like that, but also I'm not gonna act like I don't like there are moments where I do like it because I like me I don't know why I like me a religious zealot storyline for some reason. I don't know what that is about me, but I'm like, oh yeah. I was like, beat the regime. I don't know. It worked for me. But I like the story in the fact that it's Doug is such an odd villain to put this all on that I'm like, what is happening? And when we figuring out what's going on, like with what his true plan is
yeah.
this issue. Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
what is your
I'm
pick of the
I'm
week? Is it Amazing X-Men 3 or is
oh
it
my
Absolute
God,
Green
I just
Lantern
went
9?
into a whole tangent about Amazing X-Men. It's amazing. It's absolute Green Lantern. It's always going to be amazing. Absolute Green Lantern.
Okay, so
Yeah.
well, yeah. Tell us about Absolute Green Lantern, then we'll switch over to Amazing X-Men, and then we'll keep going.
Even when X-Men is trash, I'm going to just go on a tangent about it. No, I made absolute Green Lantern. I thought was really good. This whole thing with like her, like first of all, the story that we finally found out about like the marriage between her and Cameron and how it dissolved, and like going to now of really figuring out like who Cameron is. Like, is Cameron like a good guy or a bad guy? And then getting to
Is it
see
Cameron
like
Chase?
yes, that's it,
It
Cameron
is
Chase.
Cameron
Yes,
Chase. Is
like
Cameron
is she
part of the bad
somebody?
guys?
I think I don't know. Like that's the thing. Like she is, but
Okay.
she kind of isn't. Like she's working for them obviously because like we see her in like Absolute Evil, I think. But there's like this moment where like you can tell like she kind of wants to help Joe, but even in the book she says like, "I, you're right. I do love my job too much. I can't turn it off." And I'm like, okay, so you know what you're doing. I was like, there's going to be a point where you're going to have to choose. And like the whole, I forgot what the villain was. Did anybody else read this, by the way?
I'm
Yeah.
trying to catch
I
up.
know that
Oh yeah.
Nemesis was the one that was like the killer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, and my thing was, is he like a? I don't know why. I just had like a moment where I was like, is he like gonna like have different faces for like, and every face is like an obscure villain from like our world? I was like that because Goldface. Well, no, I was like, no, Goldface, but I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm just tripping.
I have no idea what's going on in Absolute Green Lantern right now, but I heard it gets better. So, and I saw some like scenes, so I'm like, okay, I'm back in, but I'm trying to
The
catch
fact
up.
that you're not,
I'm on issue like 5 right now. So
wow,
I'm
you're after all this talk of me getting into Absolute Universe, and you're not caught up on this is tragic. I'm disgustingly caught up. Like,
okay.
well, not on Batman. I haven't finished Batman, but I'm like a few issues behind on Batman.
Okay. I mean, I'm reading the other Absolute Green Lantern stuff, but I think the first couple issues of Absolute Green Lantern were kind of boring to me, and I
Okay, I
wanted
can
to
see that.
like it. I really did, but it was kind of boring to
Okay,
me.
yeah, it's a slow build up.
but it has been building up. Truth be told, Absolute Flash was also kind of boring to me in the beginning. Like I was like,
That was
That's crazy. I'm sorry. Like, because I'm gonna be honest,
took
like,
me a minute.
like I like Absolute Green Lantern, but of all the Absolute comics, it's my least favorite one. And like, I gave it a chance at first, but like, it, I like a slow burn, but you have to pay it off. And I mean, thankfully, like they are answering
Oh,
things. They are answering things now, but it's also like I feel like two ways about it. The relationship stuff, I'm like loving, like with Joe and Cameron. I
yeah,
love
I love
the
that.
complexity
Yeah.
in her divorce. Look, I love mess. All right.
Look to that part.
Okay.
I love a
And
chaotic lesbian. I live for that.
yes, like I'm here for it all day. Like that is very enjoyable to me. But like the space stuff with Abin Sur and like deciding where the lanterns are going. I'm like, we need some answers for this situation. Like, there's a lot of characters that have been introduced and have disappeared. And like, I
Okay,
feel,
true.
yes, I'm
Touche.
invested in Joe, but like the space plot and the whole like lanterns and the different colors, I'm like, it's juggling a lot and I'm not getting enough answers.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what is the
I can see
lore?
that.
Like that's
Yeah.
important to me, and like I'm trying
Yes,
to like figure out the lore with this.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. And
and
it's very
honestly,
lore heavy.
yeah, that's what. Honestly, I think that's what keeps me on it because I'm trying to figure out what the lore is. Because the real thing, after a while, like I was enjoying Joe's story, but then it was more so like I was like, I need to know what this power dynamic thing is with the green and the red and the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I finally found that out, then I'm like, okay, you got me for another few episodes, another few issues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like it kept like little things like that kept doing it. And I'm not gonna lie, it's like even like you said, this the mess with Joe, it's got me for at least another 5 issues. I'm not gonna
I,
hold you.
I live.
Like
I live for the mess.
when you find out that she cheats on her with a certain, I don't want to spoil it, but like
Well, now
it's a
you've
notable.
told, like you've essentially, you might
I
as well
mean,
just
but we
tell me.
knew from
Tell
his
me.
from episode. I keep calling it episode, but it's Renee. It's Renee Montoya.
Huh?
She has a thing with Renee Montoya. It's amazing. I kind of
Mhm.
like it,
Is Renee
and
Mhm.
Montoya
well,
in Coast City or whatever? Like it wherever they are?
she in her past, yeah, in the
Oh,
past, they yeah,
is she in
it'll
Gotham?
show. Yeah, you'll see. You'll find out. It's one of those things where where like you find out why they broke up in the first place, and like they do a flashback. But yeah, one thing Renee is she was about all that shit, and I just love it. Like she's like, oh, you're married, so like, and then
Mhm.
like she was like, but I'm here though, so that's not my problem. And yeah, that whole chaos is amazing. I think that's
Mhm.
what gets me into it. But no, I'm not gonna hold you. Like by issue, like Absolute Flash is a good one though. Like I think
Mhm.
Grodd, the monkey, the Grodd and him, their relationship is what keeps me endeared into that book.
I love that. It's so good. I need Grodd in my life to tell me
Yeah,
it's okay.
I want him to be a real thing in the regular universe now. I didn't
Yes,
have a baby Grodd.
please.
I I would love if if Impulse got a pet monkey,
Mm.
Yes,
you know?
Yes,
yes, he's my
Bart
favorite
is
Flash.
my
So
my
yes,
favorite, so I co-sign that.
twinsies. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
he's
I
my
mean, I talked
he's
about the
my favorite Flash
Flash
of all of
last
them.
week, Flash issue 27, and Bart
Hmm.
is like a big part of that, right?
Yeah,
But the question is like, there's the Young Justice era characters that I love
yeah,
so much,
Same
me
here.
but
too.
DC kind of like glossed over and they became like the lost generation,
All of them.
you know?
Hmm.
Yes,
Yes,
all of them.
The
they
question
were the
is, what
Like
do we
future.
do with these characters? I think
right,
like it's not enough that Bart is just like ADHD kid.
right.
Like give him a psychic monkey. Like okay,
Hmm.
Right. And you
Yes.
know, like at one point they did a good job of like differentiating him from like the others because like he was able to like steal people's like he was like one of the first to be able to like steal people's speed at one point in the Teen Titans book. And I
Hmm.
was like, oh, that's a cool trick that the others aren't doing right now. Like give
Hmm.
him something that's gonna stick out and yeah, the monkey, it makes sense. Like
Hmm.
this, like the Absolute Universe, Wally kind of feels like it would be a new age Bart, like if they gave him like a new storyline.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's just a lot of good comics out right now. So, I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes I nitpick and I'm like, well, what are they doing with Tim Drake right now? But like, he's in
Don't even get me
Batman, kind
started.
of, depending on the issue.
They're doing a
They'll
lot
never do
with
enough.
Tim Drake. I am on Tim Drake watch, and
Thank
he
you.
is
As am
in
I.
Batman. He's in Immortal Legend Batman as well. Like he
Mm.
is booked
Yeah.
and busy, so he's
Yeah.
doing good right now. And I'm still pushing him so he can get his own book or like bring back Young
But
Justice eventually.
Yeah.
wait, to really specify a book that's good. Thank you.
I
That
have
part.
a pitch, but I'm not going to say it out loud. But maybe I'll tell you guys later. I have a
Okay.
pitch for a Tim Drake series that could like be different enough to like differentiate him, and like because the question is, where do we go with Tim Drake? You know?
Yeah, I
Right.
actually wrote a Tim Drake TV series pilot, because that's how serious I am. So I would love to hear your story as well.
Okay. All right. We'll talk later. Because you know,
Okay.
like there's a thing where like
Right.
if you say the idea out there, DC can't use it.
Yeah.
Like
Right. I
like
made a whole Robin anthology, y'all.
if you
Mm.
say your ideas out loud, DC is like, well, we can't do that now. Like there's a whole thing with it. So, you know, you have to get like proper representation as a writer and like then like, you know, do your thing. Anyway, let's go real quick to Marvel stuff for Age of Revelation. We can hammer out these 3 books that came out this week. Because you know, we just gotta pull this Band-Aid off. Amazing X-Men number 3. This is to me the one title to read that like is the through line of Age of Revelation.
Yeah.
And like I like this one. I just can't get into the rest of the stuff and the overall thing. And I'm just like, I want it to wrap up. But I like this issue. I'll say that.
Yeah. I'm a side story queen. I don't know what it is. I like me a good little side mission moment and that but yeah, like I think I will agree, like this is one of the better ones out of all of them. Like especially like seeing the relationship like with like I don't know why, but Beast and Jen, I don't know why I just combined their names like that. That's crazy. Um they their relationship like is kind of like cute to me and like kind of real Beast realizing like he likes her before he even likes her kind of thing. Their whole relationship is kind of is very like cute. The end like that he like actively likes a visible mutant, not just like someone who's like a mutant but passing, or like or a cat who a mutant cat.
Yeah.
You know, the Northern members.
I'm trying to think of like who Beast has dated in the past, and it tends to be a lot of like
Yeah,
human looking women.
humans, right? And most times it's humans, right? It's not even, you know, mutants. It's mostly just humans. And the fact that like he's kind of you kind of see him like more so accepting like the mutant side of him more so than like he used to, because very much before like he was very much like a what's the way I want to say
Were
this?
you gonna say race traitor?
Almost did he say Uncle Tom?
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
was gonna say clueless. I'm trying to keep it PG on
But
here.
also that, right? And that's exactly it. And
The
like I feel
self-hate
like
bit
he,
jumped out.
yeah, literally. And that's literally like the energy that Beast always gave, like a self-hating kind of thing. And then he went like too far right into it, like becoming like very like proud supremacy kind of. And
Yeah.
like, you know, there's no in between, but like seeing this like whole shift of them and seeing Scott kind of just like be kind of like a boss, I'm like I kind of like the fact that he's kind of just like taking over these like people like 10 years in the future and he's like, all right, like let's get into let's lock it in, like all y'all
Yeah.
just doing all this, like no everybody's disorganized and everybody he's like you're and Glob is like you're coming in and you don't know, he's like you don't know anything about this, he's like yeah, I'm coming back from 10 years in the future, you know, when the X-Men used to get things done. I'm like, you know what, he did eat y'all up on that one, he
Yeah.
did.
There's
Yeah.
also a reveal in
Vaccine.
this.
Yeah, right. Nobody
What happened?
he ate it. No,
Yeah.
just a little gay acknowledgement. That's all it is.
I was gonna say in this they reveal a plot point where they talk about Magneto having the disease, And
Oh my God, yes.
it's not just that, oh, maybe he doesn't have a disease. They're mentioning it that like they don't even know what Cyclops is
Know
talking
about it.
about.
Exactly.
So this has to
And
be
he's
an
like, that
alternate
never happened.
timeline.
Ooh, I did not even think about that. Like the whole time my head went into Magneto's a lying motherfucker. Like I was
Yeah.
like, he has been sitting in this chair perpetrating like he is handicapped. Like,
Yeah.
and we just been sitting there like, oh, he got RLDS or whatever the fuck they call it. But now I'm like, oh wait, what if this is an alternate universe and they just wasting their time? Well, not like wasting their time, but like also wasting their
Yeah.
time. Like, you know?
I don't know. I don't know what the point of this whole event is, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Or
leave it at that.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it has like a resolution. Like it's looking like even from like the solicits from like upcoming stuff, it looks like it's going to have some kind of effect on the things going forward. So hopefully it's one of those things where like, oh, this is shitty now, but it'll make sense later. Hopefully, you know.
Shadows of Tomorrow starts up, I think, in February, and it's a bunch of new
Yeah,
titles and new number ones.
a lot of solos. Yeah.
So I mean, we'll see. Aaron, because I think you're the only person who read these two. I want your quick thoughts so we can move on past Age of Revelation. You got quick thoughts
I
about
don't
Laura?
like the way you said that,
I mean,
but
if
okay.
you really want to talk about it, if you really want to talk about these, you can. I just know that like
Oh,
maybe short and sweet might be better for the flow.
yeah.
Laura
And
Kinney
you know
Sabretooth
why?
number 3.
It was a good one. I think, and you know why I think I like these because they do like most of them have my like obscure characters who I love and adore. Like Oye is getting way more love than I expected her to get in this time and any other time in the world. And like the fact that all the but I think like this one I like this. I like you were getting to see more dynamic of the Wolverine siblings, like of them like kind of being like this kind of dysfunctional brothers and sisters who are kind of like, oh, we gotta like, I don't know how to put it, but you know those stories when like the very dysfunctional brothers and sisters come back home to take care of mom and dad,
Mhm.
and like everyone just like goes into disarray. It kind of gives that energy, but also running from the cops, and it's like it's kind of a funny story, like seeing like Akihiro and Gabby like be the ones who are like the stable ones, and Laura is like the one just like following behind Cypher, but no, also feeling like something's wrong. I thought it was a good little story for them, and I'm always gonna fuck with Aki, giving Gabby a storyline.
Okay.
But binary number 3,
Yeah.
number 3 was good. I like the little story. I was very much one of those people like, why did we give the Phoenix to Carol Danvers? But and like I still feel that way. Like I mean, don't get me wrong, I definitely still feel that way. But also I like the friendship that we get to see between Carol and Jean in this, like the two of like kind of Marvel's most powerful women in both the spectrums, like kind of like form this kind of bond that we don't really get to see that often. And we kind of see like in the end of this, like a reversal of it, and like we find out that Jean was absorbed by Carol Danvers, which in my head now thinking back is kind of the exact thing that Rogue kind of did to her did her,
Yeah.
and like but she ended up absorbing Jean, and then in the end of this Carol has to make a sacrifice so that to protect her to protect people, and it could kill her, so Jean ends up absorbing her, and like it's one of those like moments where to make the Phoenix whole they have to like come together, and it's a Madeline moment. It's a Madeline Pryor moment. I'm always gonna stand a Madeline Pryor
Huh.
moment, and just like she's trying to like get the Phoenix from Carol because she's like, you don't deserve it, like you don't even go here, which like facts, like I was very much one of those like I very much agreed, like I feel like it should be mutant to have the Phoenix, unless but in this case it was like justified because Jean gave it to Carol.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a good like ending to their little story.
Yeah.
If it is the ending.
All right.
Do they have 3 or 5?
It is the ending. Each of these spin-offs
Okay,
get
yeah,
3
yeah,
issues, which
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
At least they get to do like an act 1, act 2, act 3, but like
Right.
I'm just not interested in the Age of Revelation stuff. And so, and especially like, I need to also know if they're going to kill the universe. And if they're going to kill the universe, I don't need to care about
Right.
it. Like, what do I care? You know?
Right.
So,
And there's some characters in there I hope they bring into it, but they probably definitely won't.
also, the idea, like, I mean, we might as well get into the ultimate Marvel stuff.
Honestly, yeah.
But, like, it's one of those things, if you're going to kill a universe, do I need to keep reading? How do you guys feel? Like, can you guys get invested in a universe that like is going to be erased?
I mean, here's the thing. Like, okay, so thankfully, like the story is very good, and because of
Yeah.
that, I do want to know how everything ends. I kind of think of it like Crisis on Infinite Earths, like
Oh,
one world
shade.
ending, another thing beginning.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't agree with it ending, mind you. Just because to me this is like the bright spot in Marvel right
Hmm.
now, whereas like DC is cooking both in the main line and Absolute.
Yeah.
Marvel is like touch
Mhm.
and go with the main line. Like, oh, X-Men was popping off and then it kind of fell off. Spider-Man is touch and go depending on what Spider-Man book you're actually reading.
Yeah.
Versus Ultimate is consistent. So that's kind of my main issue with this ending. Because I just don't feel like it should end. Like the nature of comics to me is ongoing. The fun thing is that I'm never going to run out of Spider-Man comics. I'm never going to run out of X-Men comics.
Right.
And then this feels like, oh, you're actually going to run out of these comics. When they could build upon this universe, and we've
Hmm.
only scratched the surface of it. And I get
For
what
sure.
was being said by Denny's camp, who said that, like, how great is it for creators to start a story and be able to finish it on their own terms? And I
Hmm.
get that for like a creator-owned situation. But like when we're dealing with
Right.
Marvel, DC, and superhero universes, the very nature is ongoing. And to each its own. I mean,
Exactly.
everyone has their opinion, but mine personally, the joy of it is that, hey, 10 years from now, I'm going to be reading Batman. 20 years from now, I'm going to be
Exactly.
reading Batman. And this kind of takes that joy out of it.
Yeah, and I think that one of the big things about it, for especially for a genre that really shined a light and illuminated, and sometimes annoyingly so, the concept of multiverse.
Mhm.
I feel like that option of having these different stories being told through different lenses is a great story to is a great a medium to do it, especially when it comics is one of those mediums where there's something. It's like anime and it's like manga. It's like there's something for everybody. You just have to look for it. And I think like Absolute Universe, Ultimate Universe, all of that, it kind of goes into that same thing. It gives you a different outlook of these characters that you love in a different tone that you would care for.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I feel like I hope that they I would hope that they would keep the Ultimate Universe, but honestly, they probably won't. But and I honestly sometimes I definitely feel like they won't keep the Absolute Universe as well with DC. I feel like they'll keep it for a while,
They're keeping
but
that. Like
like
Scott Snyder has planned this thing out, and like
I
he is,
hope so.
yes, he is in
Look
it
here.
to win it.
All right, y'all know every time I think like, and I want to get my hopes up with DC, but every time I think this, I want y'all to think this one thought. There used to be a girl named Naomi who was a superhero that we just don't
As
ever talk about anymore, and
that
who I loved. But
that to me was
it's
a
just
slightly different situation because I feel like that was Brian Michael Bendis's baby, and he was like pushing her.
she was the
Um,
one who flopped. She was the one of his creations that flopped. Like the only one.
I mean,
yes,
also keep in mind that, and I'm not here to talk bad about Brian Michael Bendis. I like Brian Michael Bendis.
I love him. Yeah.
He does a lot of like trying to create new characters for
Yeah.
established universes. Like he loves
Mhm.
doing that, which is great. Naomi kind of flopped, and it had a CW show too. Like
mhm.
nobody
I
remembers.
watched it. I supported it.
I did too. It was cute.
I don't
Yeah.
know even. I don't even know her power set. I don't
She's
know.
powerful.
A lot.
What is her
A
power?
lot.
She has like
A little bit
super
of this, a little
strength
bit of that.
and like energy.
Right? And like a mind thing, maybe. I don't like, a little bit of like she's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, kind of a little bit of this, a little
Exactly.
bit of column B. A column A, column B. She's a black girl who can do everything. We just love. We just want it for
Yeah.
her.
Black girl magic.
That part. A
I
girl,
mean,
a black girl who marveled Superman. Like I was like, okay, we can do it.
Uh-huh.
We can see
Yeah,
what
let's do
happens.
it.
You know?
I like. It's kind of like Carol Danvers sometimes in the sense like I
Yeah.
need to know what
They
the
don't know where
power
to go
set
with her.
is. I need to know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
They don't know
I
what to
mean,
do with her. It's one of
she's
those
super
things.
strong. She does have
Yeah.
super strength. And like she does have energy, I'm pretty sure.
energy stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is she Captain Marvel? Oh
Mm.
God, she's the Black Carol Danvers. Oh, I hate that for you, girl. Oh, damn.
All
Oh,
right.
but yeah. Sorry, we got sidetracked.
So
Okay.
we got to get back on track. Ultimate Universe 2 years in. Let's talk about that real quick. Because it's a one shot. It's this Ultimate Universe, Ultimate Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy thing where they're dealing with like the fabric of the universe, and you don't have to pick it up. It doesn't really affect much, and it's really almost like too metaphysical. I don't know. Did you guys read this one?
I did
I was
not,
going to,
but
but
yeah, that was the one that I wanted to get to, but I couldn't before the show.
yeah. Your review is, I mean, it sounds amazing. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, like whenever you say metaphysical, my ears perk up. I feel like we have
yeah.
the
But the
opposite.
way you paused in it, I'm like, no, he's trying to find a way to say this.
So so let me compare this to DC. So I like the Legion of Superheroes because although they're 1,000 years in the future, their powers are pretty easy to explain,
Obscure,
right?
like, yeah, right.
But do you guys remember Justice League 1,000,000?
Yes.
Remember how like their powers are really hard to explain? I don't know if you remember like any of those characters' powers because like they're just like to the extreme, like Impulse. There's a character Impulse in Justice League 1,000,000, and he is sentient thought. Like he is a thought that has come to life.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is he is not a concept, but he is thought itself. He is an impulse.
See, that's the thing. Like, I love the metaphysical Grant
That would be
Morrison
some,
weird
yeah,
out there stuff.
that would be
Yeah.
some
So that
obscure
stuff
shit that I would
intrigues
eat
me.
up.
So
Yeah.
in that case, I think you guys would like this one. They
Okay.
introduce Ultimate Daredevil, and it said that
Oh,
but he's not Matt Murdock. He is
He's the
oh,
spirit of Evil Knievel.
no, he is.
shut up.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
That's
Okay,
The spirit of Evil
hilarious.
Knievel.
that reminds me
I
of
was trying to
Earth
get,
X.
I was
in a
trying to
way.
go
That's
meta
the
with it.
Ghost Rider. That's
Um,
the
No,
that's the
sir.
Ghost Rider. What do you mean?
this Daredevil is he's I don't know exactly what they say in this, but he's a Beyonder that had 10 dimensional like senses, but now has 4-dimensional senses, I think, and that's him being blind, and he has a cosmic cube.
I'm
He's,
listening.
he's a humble god.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Like
weird.
it's like when Thor was turned into a human. I mean,
Mhm.
basically.
The mortal Thor.
I don't.
Right.
It's so
This
weird.
is
You gotta
the way
read it, and let me know what you
Okay.
think.
the way you explain that is how I try to explain Absolute Martian the Manhunter to somebody. It's like I want to like it so much, but I'm like, it's so unique. Like I just like,
Unique.
yeah, like I was trying so hard not to do it. I was
Right.
trying so hard not to do it.
I did it for you. No.
Thank you, thank you.
Anyway, that's
Yeah.
Ultimate Universe 2 years in. If you want to read it,
Uh,
let me know what you think. It's weird. What can I
Wait,
say?
how does it tie into the Ultimate Universe? It's just like in the future?
Yeah, it's in the future, and they think that the Maker has changed the past. So that's their problem. Because they're in the future and the Maker has changed the timeline, they like got shunted over into a new timeline because they're in the future. And
Mhm.
so they're trying to like set the timeline right, and that's kind of what it is.
Okay,
they
so that is
keep
kind
They're
of
the
what like
three.
Darkseid did with Darkseid's Legion in a sense.
kind of,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
comparable.
yeah. It is what it
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
I like it better in Darkseid's Legion, but it is what it is. Um, we're running out of time, so let's hit the real big stuff. DCKO, the 2 titles that came out. Let's talk about DCKO Superman versus Captain Atom. This
That
is
was
round 2 or round 3 technically. Round 1 is the obstacle course in DCKO issue 1. Round 2 is the scavenger hunt
Scavenger.
in DCKO issue 2. And this All Fight month are 1v1 battles that we all thought we were going to get previous. We're getting in this. So one winner of all these matchups will go forward. So out of 16, 8 will go forward. So did you guys read this one?
Yes, I did.
I meant to, never didn't get to.
Okay. Are you okay with spoilers?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
All right. Ethan, what do you think about this one?
Okay, so first I was like low-key shocked that Captain Atom did what he did in DCKO tournament by taking out Supergirl. Like, I know that that is like what the rules say, but like to see like a hero just like, oh, I'm gonna take out one of our own, like, and so
What did he
quickly.
do?
He like Supergirl had an item and he like blasted her, I want to say, like,
Yeah. So
yeah.
he explains it in this that he like had to make a split-second decision, which was Supergirl had the mask and Supergirl saw that Superman didn't have an item. So Supergirl was like, here's my item. So she was going to make the sacrifice because only people with items go on to the next round. Captain Atom said he had to like make a split decision and he thought like he saw the item in transit and that Superman wasn't going to catch it or something like that. He made an excuse in this issue and he was like, I went for the mask. And so he like shot Supergirl. I don't know. There was this whole thing. I forget exactly what he says, but he justified his actions of being ruthless, essentially.
Yeah. But it also made sense because he always feels more like a soldier boy to me. Like people say
Yeah.
like, oh, Superman and Cyclops and Captain America, they're like
No,
they're
he's the
boys. I'm
Captain
like,
Marvel.
no. Captain Atom is that guy who they're
Yeah.
talking about. Like
He's the
his
Carol Danvers.
loyalty is to the government, is to Uncle Sam. Not the
That
superhero, but the actual
that
being.
Yeah.
the idea of America. So this did make sense for him to do that. And I really enjoyed their actual battle. And Captain America was Captain Atom was like talking shit at first, and then he actually had to go against Superman, and he's like, oh,
And
I'm screwed. But
he
the
also
actual
thought Captain Atom thought that Superman's not tough enough. Like that
Mhm.
he's powerful enough, but he can't make the hard decisions in this tournament.
And the thing is though, is that Superman is smart. And it's like he can find ways to work around things because of his intelligence. Like people forget the super intelligence
right.
part of Superman. And that's why I really liked this battle. It wasn't just like a slugfest of like two titans coming at each other. It was very thoughtful. Like they ended up having to like even choose between the various versions of themselves, almost like an actual video game, like a character selection screen. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this tournament, they went off on this. Like, and I think I talked about this before, how like I don't really prefer tournament styles in like superheroes. I like that in anime, but how they're doing this with all these details makes it feel not like redundant or anything. And so like how like each round was different and elevated the stakes and how they had to adjust to what they were being given and choosing various versions of themselves. And then like Captain America, Captain Atom, I keep saying that. Captain Atom is like merged with like various versions of himself. I love that concept too. And I'm like, what if he comes back as that or something like that? And like, I feel like there's going to be like some tension when he does return because the man always explodes. But it was also cool how like Superman was again like used his intelligence to go to the sun and like pulled off this very special move to like circumvent having to do it in a more straightforward way. So I was very impressed with this story and how it wasn't obvious.
Yeah. I looked at the issue and it says like Captain Atom through this whole one shot is we're at war in war you make sacrifices. That's
Mhm.
his like
Yeah,
his thought process.
that's
And
his thing.
Superman finally
Mhm.
defeats him because like Captain Atom explodes, but Superman doesn't like kill him, and he also knows that Captain Atom's gonna come back. So
Yeah,
this whole DCKO, Superman has not killed, and he has not
that was a
sacrificed
Justice
people.
League Unlimited moment.
You know,
Mhm.
yeah. But there is a cool character selection screen where they have to choose from multiversal aspects of themselves, and Superman becomes like a Superman Captain Atom.
Mm.
He also becomes Superman 1,000,000.
Yeah, it's dope. I just
Yeah.
love those details that use lore in this tournament in a very smart way.
Yeah. Real quick, then let's move on to DCKO Night Fight number 2, and then we're gonna have to like really speed through the rest of the stuff. But DCKO Night Fight number 2, did you guys read this one?
I did, yeah.
All these DCKO stuff, they set up the premise, and their premises are not what's going on, and I like it. You know?
Yeah. I like being surprised.
How do you feel about this one?
I really liked it. Seeing old man Jason Todd was very cool. And the Red Hood of it all, I'm not sure how much I want to spoil, but I really like seeing Bruce confront his sons and their way of doing things. And it's like this guilt
Mhm.
mixed with his fear, and also like how formidable they are. Like Jason Todd is really like going in on him because he is brutal, and it makes Bruce think about, is his way the right way? Did he let down Gotham? Did he let down Jason because he, allowed Joker to go free? He has to wrestle with that while actually fighting his son. And then to see kind of how far Jason went in this direction. Once again, I'm not sure if you're going to read it, so I don't want to spoil it. But visually speaking, it was a really cool way of showing his inner turmoil and his isolation. So I was very impressed with it and how far they went in the direction that they did. And once again, it's not like a straight up like, oh, they're just fighting each other. It's very emotional and psychological.
Yeah. I mean, for the sake of time, we're not going to say spoilers. Otherwise, like, maybe we touch on it. But let's really quick go through the rest of the books that came out this week. Like, real quick thoughts, just so, we end on time. Miles Morales Spider-Man number 41. I read the first couple pages, and then I kind of, like, skipped through it. I love
Didn't
the
get to read
art.
it.
Are you guys digging this one?
The art was good. I didn't get to read it though.
Okay. Did anyone read
Yeah.
this?
I thought it was dope. I really like the assessor, and I like the like Agent Smith like clone aspect as well. Also, Spidey coming in at the end in their suits looking very dope.
Yeah.
They haven't looked fresher. So yeah, I was happy with this issue.
I hope this brings Peter back to Earth.
Me too.
Like, with that suit. Like, I hope this is what brings him back. But I wonder if the end of next issue, they're going to send him back to outer space. Because Anansi gets involved. And it's like, I get magic comes at a cost. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I hope Peter is here to stay because I'm ready for him to like deal with what's going on on Earth.
Yeah. In DC Comics, Adventures of Superman, Book of L number 4. Did you guys read this one?
Read that.
I'm
No,
behind
but I
on this
want to
one.
read it. I'm so behind on this one.
Okay.
I read 2 issues.
I
Okay.
literally didn't read it because I was trying to catch up on it.
All right. Fair. Did you guys read Doctor Strange number 1?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Quick
Yes.
thoughts on that?
I like it. I'm enjoying his time in Asgard, and I'm always loving the Angela moment. And Angela as his like, his like bodyguard, kind of like the meat of it. I like her. She's always a good like shimbo for me. For me, I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, I love this. It felt like high fantasy cosmic adventure. He goes to Alpine.
Yes.
Like I'm a sucker for that. And then you add space in like Norse mythology and him having to
Right.
deal with this prophecy. And then also going back to metaphysical, like the villain at the end and like what he embodies and the type of magic he does is like it feels like it's on another level, like literally.
Yes.
So I'm into it.
Definitely.
So it's a good new start for Stephen Strange.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm always fine with him not being Social Supreme. Let's be honest.
I don't think he needs to be.
Yes. He's more compelling as not the Sorcerer Supreme when he's fighting to become the Sorcerer Supreme,
Yeah.
not when he's like in it. Like he's always better when he like has to fight to get magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, a guy as arrogant as Stephen Strange, like, don't give
Yes.
him the world. Like, let
Thank
him,
you.
let him struggle.
Right. Just because he can doesn't mean he should, you
Yeah.
know?
That's why
part.
in the MCU where Wong is Sorcerer Supreme, I like it way better.
Yes.
Mhm.
I love it. You're exactly.
Yeah.
I love that.
Did you guys read Batman #4?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
Yes, Minotaur is a very compelling, interesting new villain. His fingers creep me out. He's got a few extra ones, and also
Yeah.
how he's setting up this like labyrinth within Gotham and the crime groups within them, and how he's like playing them. And he feels like, once again, he's at like another level of power that we're having to deal with in Gotham. That's changing the mechanisms of the city.
Yeah. And the art is amazing. Like, it
Oh
just,
yeah.
I can't get over. I mean, this series is just really good.
Mm-hmm. Jorge Jimenez is killing it.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Mm-hmm.
amazing
Yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
Truly.
Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez.
Mhm.
You know. Then Fantastic Four #6. Did you guys read this one?
This was my favorite issue, and I wish we could talk more, but I know that we can't. Because I was waiting for it to get to this part, but very quickly, like, because they faced like multiple threats, and it was stuffed, but it was paced so well. Sue Storm had her moment, like that was so dope. I love when she uses her powers in interesting, compelling scientific
Yeah.
ways. Mr. Fantastic had his super science jargon that I like love when he talks about like the cosmic radiation.
Yeah.
And then we got Franklin in this issue. This was so good. And then the ending, not going to spoil it, but I'm like, I have a theory about the Invincible Woman and like who she is, because I was waiting for her to show up, but she didn't. Also, the Wingless Wizard was in it, so that's all I'll say. But
Okay.
it was my favorite issue so far.
It was really good. Also, I think it's post One World Under Doom, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, cool. Now that we got that wrapped up, let's move the Fantastic
And
Four
real
forward.
quick,
Yeah.
real quick, this is what I was talking about when I talked about the first issue, and I know I might have sounded like I was like nitpicking, but I'm like, this should have started after One World Under Doom, because it felt like we were coming in the middle of a story versus like, oh, this is a fresh start.
Yeah.
And so it took a few issues to get going, and then this one, I'm like, this is what I was looking forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, truth be told, like the last series, One World Under Doom was going on when the last like run ended.
Mhm.
And #1 started, right? Like, so One World Under Doom's kind of been in the middle of these two runs and like overlapping them in
Mhm.
a weird way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's over now. It was good. I liked it, but also like, let's move on. I think.
Yeah.
It's my
I
thing.
was ready for a fresh start.
Yeah. Real quick, I think that's all the books that you guys read, and then I have two more. Birds of Prey ended, and I'm kind of sad about it, but at the same time, well, I realized, because Birds of Prey 28 came out this week, it's the final issue of this run, I realized that, I'm a couple issues behind, so I had to catch up. And I did realize that, like, this last arc was not my favorite, so it's kind of sad to me that when it was, like, really good, that wasn't the final one, and this
Yeah.
final arc was kind of, whatever to me,
Mm.
and kind of hard for me to follow, and it was just kind of like, okay, I guess. I didn't want it to end, because that's the thing about comics is, like, you just start a brand new arc, and it could just be
Right.
the best arc that's ever been. Like,
Mhm.
you just finish the story, and then you start back anew, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of sad to see it go. I personally think there should always be a Justice League comic, and there should always be a Birds of Prey comic, there should always be a Teen Titans comic. Like, at any moment, there should be those series, like, in DC.
Yeah. Agreed.
But but I think a lot of these characters are gonna go on to, like, in February, I think DC is doing DC Next Level, which is a new initiative that they're doing with a new, like, Batwoman comic and a new Barbara Gordon comic called Barbara Gordon Breakout. And, like, there's a whole list of comics, like Lobo, Legion of Superheroes. They're all getting new comics in February. And so chances are a lot of these characters are going off and doing their own thing, there. So, I sad to see them go, but I love to watch them leave. And then last but not least, JSA issue 14. It's the second issue of the year 1 story arc that's going on right now. I know
I wanna
that
do it.
Ethan mentioned that he doesn't necessarily like the old timey stuff, but like it works really
I like it.
well.
I like
Yeah,
it.
but you
I
like
just
the
don't want it
newer
right now.
Justice Society characters, right?
Yes,
I just
yes.
don't want it right
I
now.
I can go back and read those stories if I want to. I want to read modern day JSA stories.
Yeah,
To clarify.
I agree with you. But what's going on right now in the year one is they're all like they're pairing up. The JSA isn't around yet. Like they're pairing up and they're doing different missions. Like different heroes are pairing up.
Yeah,
Um,
I
and
think I would read that.
we get two things, and I don't want to. I'm gonna spoil it, but like
You can
we
spoil
get
it.
Let's spoil
two
that shit.
things that they hinted at in the new history of the DC universe. We get two inclusions in this year one. One is Hippolyta Wonder Woman. So we get that in this. Like it or not, that's what they said in the new history of the DC universe issue
Yeah,
one
they did.
is Hippolyta Wonder Woman, and two, also in that same issue, Justice Society Dark,
Hmm.
and that's
That
a
has me intrigued.
that's a brand new retconned
I would
into
read that. I would read the absolute shit out of that, honestly.
Yeah, same. I love Justice League Dark, and they were mentioned in Jeff Johns' previous JSA run. Like they had like a little cameo. Like not a lot was done with them, but they were like introduced
the
there.
Justice Society Dark.
Because
Uh-huh.
Doctor Fate has to be in it.
It's
I
Doctor.
know
There
Doctor
was
Fate's
like
in it.
It's Doctor Fate, Doctor Occult. It's Dan Garrett, Blue
Forgot about
Beetle.
him.
It's
Jesus.
it's like it's
Is
the
he
magical JSA hero. Oh, Zatara.
Hmm.
Zatara's on
Zatara,
it.
yeah.
I would
And
read
then
that book because
I
Justice
forget who
League
else.
Dark
Honestly,
is one of my
yeah.
favorite books. I'm
Right.
rereading Justice League Dark right now, like
Okay,
for like
so,
the third time.
I mean,
That was a good era.
technically in DC Comics, there's Justice League Dark. There's now Justice Society Dark, and in Teen Titans Academy, they make a little club called Young Justice Dark. So, like, they could really
know
be
they're wrong
like,
for that.
I love DC Magic stuff, so that's
Yeah.
where that's
And-
the Magic stuff I love. So,
And real quick, that's kind of like the bitter part of like I love Wiccan, I love Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch. I'm glad that they're having their Marvel moment. Like
Right.
DC needs to lock in with their magic users because theirs are
Yeah.
top tier.
They're just scattered, but they're so scattered right now, right? One thing I will say, DC always does have their magic. We talked about that last time. They always do have their magic characters locked in.
Mhm.
Like with a good storyline, I think like is more so like in like the magic in Marvel, it's good, and like when they have a good storyline, it's great, but it's never an in between. It's never consistency
Mhm.
yeah.
like that they have.
Yeah. I mean that's a conversation for another time, but I think
Yeah.
that's all the books that we read this week. Again, shout out to the books that we couldn't get to. Spider Girl number 7 I wanted to read, but I didn't get a chance. So it is what it is. I want to thank you guys both so much for coming on the show. Before we get going, Ethan, where can we follow you? What do you got coming up? Anything you want to plug?
Cool. I'm Virgo Blade. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Twitter. I got some cool stuff coming up, more videos, so stay tuned.
Awesome. Aaron, same for you. Where can we find you? What do you got coming up? Anything you want to plug?
Sure. So you can always find me at King Krakoa on Instagram, and you can find me at King Krakoa on TikTok. And yeah, I got some videos of the work that I'm editing right now, actually. So yeah.
Awesome. For anyone out there, if you love comics and you want to nominate the best comics of 2025, you can do that. We have a Google form that we're doing nominations. Then we're going to do audience voting. I forget what our beacons is. I think it's like beacons.ai/The Keeg Show. I'm going to look that up while we do it. But we are on social media. If you want to follow The Keeg on social media, The Keeg is the umbrella that has Comic Talk. Comic Talk is one of our shows every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/The Keeg Show, or podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Audible, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, whatever. We're on all of those. You can find us there. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, write a review. Let us know you're out there. I believe beacons.ai/The Keeg Show is our beacons. If you want to find that Google link and nominate, comics for Best Comics of 2025, you can do that there. We are doing a Best Comics of 2025 episode, and that is Sunday, December 28th, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. So, end the year talking about all the comics that we loved, and it's not just best comics, it's best writer, artist, best creative team. There's a lot of categories there across DC, Marvel, indie comics, whatever you want to. So if you do that form, you don't have to fill out everything, but any amount is appreciated. That is pretty much it. Go to comicshoplocator.com, find a comic shop near you, support your local comic shops, support your local public libraries. That is at The Keeg Show, TikTok and Instagram, all that stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. This is Comic Talk, where we're talking about the new comics that came out this week. So thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Aaron, so much for coming on. Once again, I am your host, Dimithri Perera, and this has been another episode of Comic Talk for the week of December 4th, 2025. See you guys next week.
Peace out.
Bye.